Now, dividing fractions is very, very similar to multiplying fractions. So, if you were able to multiply fractions fine, then the dividing fractions is going to be easy. If you thought that the multiplying fractions was hard, then this will probably be hard as well. Okay? Now, actually, when we're dividing fractions, we're really not dividing fractions. Okay? And there's no division involved. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? Your vocabulary word that you picked up was reciprocal, which a reciprocal, if you read your definition there, says is one of two numbers whose product is 1. Also called the multiplicative inverse. Now, what two numbers can you multiply together and get 1? Well, a fraction, if you do like 1/2 times 2 over 1, you get 2 over 2, which is the same thing as 1. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Now, our rule for dividing fractions is going to be copy.flip. Now, what does that mean? Well, let me show you. Take a look at number 1. What we're going to do is we're actually going to change this into multiplication. And to do that, we're going to copy my first fraction down. We're going to change my division sign to a dot, which what does a dot mean? That's right, it means multiplication. Then we're going to flip that fraction right behind that sign. So, on number 1, instead of being 2/3 divided by 1/5, it's going to be 2/3 times 5 over 1. Then we follow our multiplication rules. Okay, and we multiply exactly like we did yesterday. Straight across, 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 1 is 3, so we end up with 10 over 3. Now, we need to simplify that, so yeah, we would go ahead and divide up. So I'd put 10 inside my division box, 3 on the outside of my division box. 3 goes into 10 3 times, which gives us 9 with a remainder of 1. Put that remainder over the number that I divided by, which would give me 3 1/3. So my answer for number 1 right here is going to be 3 1/3. Because that's how you do it. If you can do it in your head, that's fantastic. However, many of these you will not be able to do in your head, so we have to do it this way. All right, questions on how I did that? Okay, remember your rule, copy.flip. Anytime you have division, that is what you have to do. Now, we cannot, like if we look at number 2 right here, the first thing we need to do is we need to convert my 6 into an improper fraction. Yeah, 6 over 1. After I have converted all of my fractions to improper fractions, then I can do my copy.flip. Okay, so now I need to do the copy.flip on number 2 here, so I'm going to have 3/5. Copy that first one down, change my division to a dot, and flip that second fraction, so it's going to be 1 over 6. Now I can multiply like I did on my previous lesson. Multiply straight across. 3 times 1 is 3. 5 times 6 is 30. Well, sure you can. Yeah, because 3 goes into both 3 and 30, so we could simplify that down to 1 over 10. Now, I think what you were saying is, well, can't we simplify before we multiply? The answer to that is yes, because if you look at this, we do have a 6 right here, and we also have a 3 right here, and we know that 3 will go into 3 and also 6. So 3 divided by 3 would be 1. 6 divided by 3 would be 2. We multiply that. 1 times 1 is 1. 5 times 2 is 10. You get the same answer. So sure, we could have done that. Okay? Questions on how I did that one? No? All right, then let's take a look. Yes, sir? What? This right here, 1/10 is correct, yes. 3 over 30? Well, because 5 times 6 is 30, and 3 times 1 is 3. Yes, I know, and when we simplified it, 1 times 1 is 1, 5 times 2 is 10. Okay? All right, good. Let's take a look at number 3. Now, on number 3, we notice that we have we don't have improper fractions, we have mixed numbers. Okay? Now, we need to change those into improper fractions, though. That's the first thing I have to do before I can do my copy.flip. Okay, I can't do any copying, any dotting, or any flipping until I have done my popcorn method. So, the first thing I want to do is popcorn these guys. Okay, so whenever I convert these to improper fractions, what is 4 1/3 going to become? Yeah, it's going to become 13 over 3 divided by, what is 2 1/2 going to become? Yeah, it's going to become 5 over 2. Excellent. Now, I need to do my copying, my dotting, and my flipping. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and copy this 13 over 3 down. Now, what am I going to do? Well, yeah, but even before that, there you go. Then I put my 2 over 5. Okay, now I multiply straight across. 13 times 2 is 26. 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, and now I have to simplify, so I'm going to divide up because my fraction is an improper fraction. So whenever I divide that 26 divided by 15, that is going to give me, let's see, 1 with, what is that, 11? The leftover of 11, so that's going to be 1. I need to put that, remember, my remainder over the number that I divided by, so that would be 1 and 11/15. Not hard. Again, it's just like what we were doing yesterday. If you could do your multiplying fractions, then this is going to be easy. If you can't, then this is going to be difficult. All right, let's take a look at number 4. What is the first thing that I have to do here on number 4? What's the very first step? Yeah, I got to change this into an improper fraction. That's the very first thing I need to do. Yes, and that is going to become 24 over 5. I don't know. Let's look and see what we have. So we have 24 over 5. Okay. Now, what do I need to do? Okay, I need to put down my dot, and then I need to flip my second fraction here. So that's going to become 7 over 6. We can simplify before we multiply if you choose to. We can simplify this 6 and the 24, because what number goes into both 6 and 24? Yeah, 6 will. Okay, so that would be 6 divided by 6, so that 6 is going to become a 1, and that 24 is going to become, yes, a 4, because 24 divided by 6 is 4. Okay, so what's 4 times 7? 28. What's 5 times 1? 5. So I get 28 over 5. Now I'm almost done. I need to go ahead and finish up by dividing up. Okay, so I'm going to have 28 divided by 5, which, yes, 5 does go into 28 5 times, which gives me 25, left over of 3. So I need to take that remainder and put it over the number that I divided by. So it will be 5 3/5. And that would be my answer. Okay? As you can see, it's not that difficult. And don't forget, we didn't have any examples up here that had negatives on them, but remember on your worksheets you might, so pay close attention. If you have your negatives on there, remember when you multiply If the signs are the same, it's positive. If the signs are different, it's negative. Okay?